Depending on connection status as well as on activity, the UE can be in different modes and states, both in relation to non-access stratum, NAS, meaning UE to the Mobility Management Entity, MME, as well as in relation to access stratum, AS, UE to eNode B. Here, a simplified description is given. Before the UE has made an attach, meaning connected to the eNode B and registered with the MME, the UE will be in the NAS idle mode and in the NAS deregistered and bearer inactive states, indicated in green, and in the access stratum or RRC state, RRC idle, here in blue. The NAS states relates to whether the UE is attached, registered, or not, and to if a bearer is active or not. Note that as long as at least one bearer, the default bearer, is active, the state will be bearer active. The mode refers to the status of the NAS signaling connection between UE and MME. Learn more of NAS in the Spec Tool chapter, NAS. When the UE is in this combination of mode and states, the UE performs PLMN and cell selection through listening to synchronization signal, system information and measuring on the reference signals from the cells. Having found a suitable cell, the UE then performs the RRC connection procedure with the eNode B and registration attach procedure with the MME. After RRC connection and registration, during which the NAS signaling connection as well as the default bearer are activated, the UE is in the NAS connected mode and registered and bearer active NAS states and in the RRC connected AS state. UE context is now stored both in eNode B, for example cell ID, and in MME, tracking area ID for UE. The UE has an RRC connection, NAS signaling connection, and at least a default bearer for user data. The UE can send and receive both signaling and user data. As the UE moves in the network, it performs measurements and sends measurement reports to the eNode B. The eNode B decides which cell the UE shall camp on. If a cell change is needed, eNode B will initiate a handover procedure. When the UE is inactive and an RRC S1 connection release is performed, during which also the NAS signaling connection is released, the UE will enter NAS idle mode and RRC idle state, but still be in the NAS registered and bearer active states. The default S5, S8 bearer will still be active, however, the radio bearer will be released. UE context will be kept in MME but removed from the eNode B. The UE will listen to system information and for paging and perform cell reselection. If the UE detects a change of tracking area, it will perform a tracking area update. If downlink data is delivered to the UE, the data will be buffered in the serving gateway. The serving gateway will send a downlink data notification to the MME, and the MME will initiate paging by sending a paging command, including the UE's tracking area ID, to all eNode B's handling cells in the tracking area. The eNode B's will then send a paging message to the UE. To respond, the UE will establish the RRC connection. During this procedure, the NAS signaling will be activated. Then follows the procedure to respond to the paging, and the radio bearer will be activated. As the registered active UE moves in the network, it performs measurements and sends measurement reports to the eNode B. Based on these reports, or for other reasons such as load balancing between cells, eNode B decides which cell the UE shall camp on. If a cell change is needed, eNode B will initiate a handover procedure. The handover can be between cells belonging to the same eNode B, intra-eNode B handover, cells belonging to different eNode Bs but same MME serving gateway, inter-eNode B handover, cells belonging to different MME serving gateways, inter-MME serving gateway handover, or cells belonging to a different network, such as GSM or WCDMA, inter-RAT handover. In case of inter-eNode B handover, as in this example, and existence of X2 interface, UE context data and user data not yet delivered can be forwarded to the target eNode B. The MME will, during the handover completion phase, be informed about the need for a path switch to the target eNode B, and will order the serving gateway to update the path to the new eNode B. To leave the registered state, the UE will normally perform a controlled detach procedure. If the UE is registered but idle, it will first have to perform the RRC connection establishment, including establishment of the NOS signaling connection, then the detach procedure. If the UE moves outside of coverage and cannot perform periodic tracking area updates as required, a timer on the network side will eventually time out, and the UE will be implicit detached.